Good morning, everyone. It is 9:13. Welcome back to the program. Our good friend Rick Davis is here. How are you, buddy?
It's all good.
From
it's all good.
Fidelity Bank, as we talk about ways to get you into a living situation that not only is just more conducive when it comes to your finances, but to live better too, isn't it?
High quality of life for the lowest cost is the best way to do it. And Des Moines is known for being a good value place. We're just trying to make it a little better.
And how can that be? How can that happen with Fidelity Bank?
It's the time of the year going into the winter time when the new construction slows down a little bit. So high quality people are more available because they're not pouring concrete as it gets cold, so they're not building as many houses.
Oh, sure.
So we have a special program to rehab houses. In other words, to put a new home at the same address. In other words, you're not moving.
You don't have to move. You don't have to go through all the hassle of doing all that.
And you're not like, did the guy leave in the truck? You know, or did the guy get a deposit, didn't come back? Because it's a regulated program that's supervised by us through the government on 3 or 4 different ways. So the program is totally controlled. You know what the house is going to look like before you do the work. You have adequate pricing to know how to do it correctly, and you don't have any calamities.
Okay. Now, what about the living situation? Let's go right back from the beginning. Say, okay, I want to take advantage of this program that you have. What about the living? Am I going to have to move out when this happens?
In some cases you might,
okay,
but most of the time they can work around it. Some of the people are looking for a home that isn't the perfect house for them. This program actually works for purchases also. So you could buy a home and do the kitchen before you moved in at the same down payment.
Really?
Yeah, it's really great. Really great.
How long has this program been around?
It's not promoted a lot because it's a lot of intense work for the bank. Watching all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
In other words, I can sell you a home and we're done. Thank you very much. We send each other Christmas cards, holiday cards, depending on how you feel. We send Christmas cards, though. So the reality of the situation is we're watching the loan and protecting it and cameras and inspecting it. So there really isn't any other bank in town that promotes it. There used to be this great big place that had a whole department. They don't even do it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Now, how much different is it for a bank on your side to handle a loan like this as opposed to what everybody's accustomed to, the traditional type of loan?
Well, we know the labor better than anyone else. We build the most custom homes in the state of Iowa. So as we know, we're a smaller bank, but we're not smaller in real estate, single-family homes. We're a big player. And we know we have 40 builders and maybe 200 different subcontractors. So usually when someone's calling to me and say, I have this friend that wants to do my work, well, we can tell you if your friend's your friend or he's also a good mechanic to fix what you want done.
So you have a list?
Well, we have almost, like a little over $2 billion in work. We kind of get an idea.
Yeah, you have a pretty good handle on the situation. Now, what kind of stuff are we talking about? Total home redo? Or are we just talking about sections of homes?
The house could get to the point if someone had a fire, that program could rebuild their house on a special government program that we mandate. We have. And then there's the kitchens, the bathrooms, the basement finishes. Those type of things that give you more square footage value. You could do a room addition, but a room addition right now becomes a little bit of a problem because you still have the concrete. It's easier to dig out a frozen hole than it is a great big field to put a house in it. But it's possible. But usually the best value is to fix your house up inside your house. And if you have a roof problem, things like that, we do all the time.
Yeah. That's commonplace.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but if you are doing a home like that, on this program quite often, we talked about having the home that is more beneficial for you when you fix up the rooms. And
we've got 2 handicap accessible houses on this same program. So we go in and make the doors wider, make the bathroom accessible, make it a walk-in tub. So we really care about making the right size home for the people in our golden circle. We run almost all our construction in this area because we can maintain it. We have a very good labor force to help. We don't require you to use these people, but their list is there, and we will vet your people to make sure they're the right people for the job. I don't want your plumber doing your roof, and he shouldn't either.
Right. But you talked about the right size home. That is still one of the best ideas that is around, period. And that is one of the things you put up on a pedestal, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a big deal to be comfortable in your house, especially as you're getting older.
Correct.
We have studies that show if you're 70 years old and you break your leg, your life expectancy is reduced dramatically. Well, 85% of that happens in your house. on your own stairs or going in your own driveway. So those things are eliminated. Everything's flat for you, and including we have a hurricane room that goes in your closet. So, or tornado in our case, but they called it hurricane because we get it out of Oklahoma. They must think I don't know.
They get them down there too.
Yeah. So the reality is live a quality safe at home for as long as you can. Or have the house you need without having to move, so the kids have another bedroom, so you have a rec room for the kids to go. Let's make the most of your home. Also, then it's the best way to know where the value of that house is when the work's done versus maybe we should talk about having a new house in spring. You get an educated guess by people that do it every day.
Now, what about right-size home? You talked about this quite often. You talk about adding a room here or making more rooms. What if you wanted to do the opposite? What if you are maybe empty nesters? You don't need all these rooms anymore.
No, then we need to come in and see what the best suited case is to get the best value out of your home. And then find a home that you walk into that's right size. So the garage turns around so you can get in and out when you need to, easier enough to get in.
Is that the hot ticket now, the garage to the house, keeping that one level?
The one level is one of the unique parts of right size housing that isn't done very much in Des Moines.
Why is that? Do you have any idea?
I think the builders just followed that concept and that's where they pour.
Yeah.
So it's a little more complicated, but we have the expertise to do it. So there is no difference.
Okay, now the weather is still pretty decent right now. We haven't had really cold weather right now.
Nothing's frozen yet.
Right, so how long of a window do we have to get things lined up?
Well, some of the things are all winter long, right? The interior work.
Like what type of stuff is all winter?
Kitchens and bathrooms and basements are all winter long. The roofing gets done all winter long because it has to be.
There's no choice there.
No, and windows and sidings work all winter long. But if you're really doing a major addition and you're bringing new utilities in and stuff, it gets to be a problem.
Okay.
So, but we got probably another 45 to 60 days before middle of January is when the hard freeze comes. It looks like when it starts. We don't have any today.
So if you want,
I called on the way over, by the way.
So you want the paperwork to get started right in the next month or so?
Yeah, come in and see what you want to do. And then
now, do you have ideas in case somebody says, I have a house, but I'm not sure what I want to do?
We have books. If you tell us what you want, we can direct you where to go, what to look at, including people that did similar things. We have a list of clients that is very, very large in remodeling and in construction.
Yeah, and you've changed lives by doing some of these projects, haven't you?
I get happy tears every once in a while. It's kind of nice.
How long have you been in the business?
I started in construction actually in the 80s. I'm going to date myself here, and worked all the way through to 2002, and then went back to get some other financing. So then I became a financing construction guy, and that's really what I'm different than other bankers. My background is much stronger in construction than it is in.
But that's a good thing, though.
It is if you're in the housing business.
You're in the house. You know what is good and what is not.
Well, I know what engineer to call on this. I know what I can read a plan.
So you have somebody on your side, is what you're saying.
Well,
when you're dealing with this.
Truly, there is something to experience, which both of us are happy that we have now, right?
Exactly.
So the point is, there really isn't a lot of new things that are going to happen when we're over 2,400 new construction houses now under our watch with no losses and no not completions.
Wow, that's impressive. And you'll be impressed if they come over and visit you, because you can visit your office, which is easy to get to, isn't it?
And you've been there.
Yes.
But truly, it's an education process. There isn't any hurry, let's do this. What would you like to do? How do you want to do it? And what's your time frame? But please know that we have to talk to you. We can't do this like this. We have to see you, see what you need.
Sit across the table from one another.
Yes, sir.
Look eye to eye.
Yes, sir.
That's the whole idea, isn't it? How do people get a hold of you?
You could come out to Fidelity Bank. 343-2300 is the number that'll find us. But we're right across the street on the west side of Jordan Creek Mall. Some people know us by the place next door to Pancheros.
And go see, again, there's two different buildings there, so you just make sure you find the right spot.
I'm in the one with the funny cartoons on the walls.
Yeah, which is very appropriate, don't you think?
Yes, I think so.
Rick, thank you so much,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fidelity Bank. This is one of the best places in town, period. Check them out. You'll become friends with them like we have. When we come back, we're going to go back out. Jackie's trying to get some Hamilton tickets. She didn't mention anything about getting ours, Rick, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, not yet. We'll find out if she has them next.